You can see your physical self in the mirror through an X-ray. But how much do you know about your spiritual self? Some people don't see the need to discover this unseen dimension of themselves. Some try all means to connect with the spirituality. In any case, if you would like to embark on this journey of self-discovery, Ambika from Centum may be able to help you with Reiki healing.
We know that things like Shiatsu has its origin in Taoism, and yoga has its origin in Hinduism. So what about Reiki then?
It is actually a very traditional sort of Japanese healing system. So it does have a certain element of spirituality to it. So you are talking about spirit. So not in terms of religion, but more in terms of the fact that there is an aspect to us which we can't it's not tangible, but which is a very, very important aspect of who we are. And initially, I wasn't very enthusiastic about it because this whole idea about hands-on healing, and I wasn't really sure how it worked, so I wasn't very keen. But I was going through a rather stressful period, so I thought, okay, since it seems to help people, why don't I give it a try? And for me personally, I had the most amazing experience. I'm more aware of myself as an individual. I feel that I'm more honest with myself. I'm no saint. I mean, I still lose my temper and I still get irritated with people and all that. But I think I know more the source of that irritation. And again, I think I'm more at peace with myself.
Now you may ask, how can this simple therapy help you come to terms with yourself? First, we need to understand the Hindu concept of chakras. These are understood as the energy centers in our body, and they are closely related to our endocrine system, which governs the secretion of hormones in our body. When our chakras are aligned properly and are functioning well, the system of glands in our body will secrete the right amount of hormones. This will in turn make us feel good about ourselves.
I could actually feel particles moving or vibrating when your hands are very close to my crown. So it's almost like they are in an oscillation movement, and then slowly they will come to the center, and then they'll stay there. And then when your hands move on to another part, I'll see the same movements again. It's almost like this. Actually, okay. It's almost like this. So is this the kind of descriptions that you always get from your recipients?
No. And another beauty of Reiki is that everyone's experience is very unique. Some people, frankly, they don't feel anything. They just take a nice nap and they wake up and they say, oh, it was okay. I feel good. But, and the thing about Reiki is it works at the level that you are comfortable with. You can't force Reiki onto someone. You can't heal someone against their will. Nor can you use Reiki to control anyone.
The most fascinating thing that I've heard about Reiki is that the therapist can actually be away from the person who's received the treatment, and yet the healing session can be conducted. So I'm just wondering, how is that possible? Because I thought there was still the need for some form of physical contact.
Okay. The thing about energy healing is that physical contact is not necessary. It's helpful, but not necessary. So which is why even during our session, like you said, I laid my hands very lightly on you. And like I said, certain sensitive parts of the body you do not touch, but you're still able to convey the healing. Again, the best analogy I can think of in terms of how to explain distance healing is, the current wireless technology, where, without any sort of visible means, you're able to communicate with someone across the sea also. So I guess you could say that Dr. Usui discovered this, a century ago, before, modern technicians have come up with this theory.
Right. If we can communicate via invisible forms of energy like radio frequency and infrared light, it's not unthinkable that Reiki can connect people who are at different locations. So that's all we have for this episode of R.age, and we wish you a healthier, happier, and better year ahead.